Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Dreamers, where people share their stories on how they embrace their process, empower their perseverance, and envision their purpose. And today we have the amazing, the one and only Lissette Orellana. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I believe you are from San Salvador, El Salvador.
That is correct.
That's right, right?
Born in, yep, I was born there and came here when I was 8.
Wow, 8 years old. And do you remember like how you kind of like came to the country?
Yes, I came here as a term, as we call it,
Ah,
mojada. But I just didn't walk. I also we came here by buses. But yeah, walking and buses.
mm. And how was that like as an 8-year-old just kind of going through that experience?
It was scary because I was a group with strangers and I was the only child there. So they all pretended to be my family during that time. I wish I could remember their names, especially one that acted like a mother towards me.
Mm.
But yeah, it was a little bit scary.
Yeah, I
I
imagine.
didn't know what was happening. I was jumping house to house. Um, and we have to run as well. It was crazy. It was an interesting experience.
When you guys were running, were they like carrying you while running, or did you have to like run on your own?
Oh, I'm running on my own.
Oh my goodness, that is intense, dude.
I think that's why I'm a fast runner now.
That's where you realize you could go to the Olympics.
I think so.
Wow. And yeah, so when you came to the country, like, because I believe most people, for those of you that don't know, so dreamers are basically individuals that are under the deferred action. And so we come here, and I say we because I'm a dreamer as well, but we come here when we're underage. And it's basically out of our complete will when we come here. It's really like something that our parents desire for us to like, be able to fulfill the American dream, but not just their dream, but also our dream. And so yeah, let's say when you came here, did you come straight to like Texas or California? Did you come straight to Massachusetts? Where do you go?
Okay, so I do remember going to Texas and then I went to Florida actually.
Hmm.
Um, so I went the opposite way, but I believe I stopped by Oregon, if I remember correctly, and that's when my stepfather picked me up. I don't remember much about where I landed. Pretty sure it was Oregon.
Mhm.
But for me, when I was little, I thought everything in America was New York.
Oh, really?
So I thought all the states. I just thought America was a big New York.
What was it? What you expected when you got here?
It was at night, so I don't know. It was at night when I got there. I do remember that. So I couldn't see much, and when we were driving home, it was just trees. Well, we saw one McDonald's. I remember that one, and we passed by there too. And I got my first toy from America. I don't have it anymore, sadly. It was like a Happy Meal toy. Was like a little ballerina, a Barbie ballerina.
Mhm. Hmm. And so like now, you are living in Massachusetts, is that right?
Yeah, I'm living in Massachusetts now.
Which, by the way, congratulations, we have a bachelor graduate here. What is
Thank
your bachelor's
you.
in?
Is in communications and concentrations in business.
Wow, communications and concentrations in business.
That is correct.
Oh my goodness. So I guess this is not a coincidence then.
No, I
Yeah.
guess not.
And how was growing up in America like, in terms of like elementary, middle school, high school? How was that for you?
Well, when I first came here, I was in elementary. It was tough because I was in Taunton at that time.
Hmm.
So is there's a big white population there. So nobody could understand me.
Mhm.
So, but I did have a teacher that she usually pull me out of class and teach me English, and she was a white person as well, and she tried her best, and
Mhm.
that's why I can speak it now. I learned faster thanks to her. Um, and during my childhood, I did move house to house to house, town to town to town.
Wow.
So I didn't stay in middle school. I just jumped to different middle schools. So I didn't get to make friends, and my English was because I kept moving. And well, then I landed in Lynn. I stayed in Lynn. I went back to another town. I came back to Lynn. But so I went to COVID. Connery, and the last one was, I believe I stayed in COVID. Yeah. During high school, well, during middle school, I already knew English, thank goodness. I still have trouble with some words, but my friends helped me out. In high school, everything went well. My English still good, but sometimes I forget some words, and I also forget words in Spanish, so now I don't know what language I can speak.
You know, it's interesting, Lissette, like, just like from hearing what you're saying, it's when we're growing up as dreamers in this country, I relate to a lot of the things you said. Like, we're moving from school to school, town to town, so you don't really get to socialize and make friends for like a long-term period. And then on top of that, you have the language barrier, so a lot of the friends you do have are either Latinos or Latinx, as most people say now.
Yeah.
But then even then, it's like, well, great, yeah, I made friends, but there's a lot of people I would have wanted to socialize with that I didn't get to because of that language. And then on top of that, you know, it's just a battle, right? And you're constantly being pulled out of class, and you kind of are seeing like, oh, wow, this person gets to get out of class, and maybe they have like, you know, a special kind of like purpose to this school, and why don't we get to leave? And so there's like a lot of factors that kind of like take us out of the socialization of school, I believe. And like, well, to the teacher who taught you English, if she's watching right now, we just want to say thank you, because your student graduated with her bachelor's. That's all. Where do you well, yeah, let's go back kind of like let's go to high school, because I think a lot of the people that are going to be watching this are a lot of high school students right now, and even like, you know, post high school, like a little bit in the first years of college and university. Yeah, like, how was high school for you? Where do you go? How was that?
I went to Lynn Vocational Technical Institute. It was awesome. I had a lot of friends there. My English was great, so there wasn't any communication barrier. During that time, I also helped a student with classes, and I would usually translate to her because she only knew Spanish. So I would tell her, oh, the teacher's saying this, and I would tell the teacher, oh, she's saying that. So that was really cool, helping her. I also went to graphics there, so that's when I found my dream of starting a business. But yeah.
Wow. And what kind of, like, you know, in high school they call them, I guess they call them cliques or whatever. Like, what kind of groups did you kind of like join with or like hang out with?
So my groups were the ones that like anime, cartoons, and other pop culture. And it was awesome.
By the way, I know, like, I remember you telling me that you would change your hair color a lot, right? And, yeah, like, do you have a different color hair right now?
Yes. Half of my hair is my natural color, which is brown, and the other half is bright purple.
Really? Dude, that is awesome. By the way, for those of you that are listening and watching us right now, I'm completely blind, so I don't know what Lissette looks like, but I always knew she like always changed her hair color. I think like since I've known you, you probably had like 20 different hair colors.
Probably.
And okay, so you did graphics in high school, right?
I did.
What inspired you to kind of like get into business from that?
Okay, so it was one specific project. We had to create our own business card. And then when I finished, I'm like, wow, it'll be really cool to have a business. And also like a business that I wanted to do, and it's still in process, is to sell stickers, art prints, t-shirts, tote bags with my design, and pins too. But that's what sparked that this is the business I want to do. So I thank Miss Blanchard for that, for the product she assigned to us.
Well, I'm sure if she watches this, she's going to be very, very proud of you, you know? And I tell people, like, Lissette is an aspiring entrepreneur. She's a bachelor graduate. She's a female role model for many, many young ladies out there that are looking forward to going to school or probably struggling with school, but they just have like an inspiration in their heart from you. And I want to thank you for that, because we do live in a community where, there's a lot of dreamers, and I feel like a lot of those dreams are being or have become nightmares because of the obstacles. But you're one of those girls that I can definitely say, like, this girl is going to empower so many young ladies out there to be able to overcome their obstacles. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Dany. It's so sweet.
Yeah. And yeah, so what was like the company name at the time on your business card?
It's a really bad name. It was called, my first name is Chihuahua I.
Ah.
Chihuahua as in my nickname,
Mhm.
because I'm part Mexican and I'm always shaking with anxiety, so that's where Chihuahua comes from. And I means love in Japanese.
That's really cool. I
But
didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I knew the Chihuahua thing, but I didn't know the I thing that was like love and stuff.
yeah,
Wow.
that
Okay.
was the first one, but I'm still working on it.
Okay. Do you still have like that business card you made that time?
I do, somewhere in my closet. My sister took half of them too, but I don't know where they went.
Okay. And yeah, so so you graduated from high school, right?
Hmm.
And how was that for you? Like, were you the first high school graduate in your family from this country?
No, I believe I was the third one now.
Hmm.
Yes, the third person in the family to graduate. Um, but because my grandfather graduated and also went to college, and my mom finished her high school when she had me.
Hmm.
Um, but when I graduated from high school, it was also very intense because since I didn't know at that time I was undocumented, so I'm gonna go back to when I was in sophomore year. Um, I was looking at colleges and talking to my advisor, and then when we had a talk to him, he told me, "Oh, you're undocumented. You can go to college." Um, so that's when, like, I am. So my stepfather, he got in contact with someone. Her name was her name is Catherine, and she helped me do the DECA application. So
Hmm.
we got that. It got approved. Yay, that was a good part. But then I told my advisor about it, and he was not aware of what that was. So that was very difficult. He did the best research he could. He tried his best, but that's the problem. He wasn't aware of what the Dream Act was. What so once he was doing research, he told me another news that you can still go to college because you need financial aid. You need to take out loans, but you can't do that. So that was intense. So I went to all these college stores for nothing, and that's when I get unmotivated.
Hmm.
But then I found a program, um, early college program for North Shore Community College, and they were giving out 2 college courses for free. So, but you get to pick which classes you can go, which was cool. So I picked speech and business 101. Um, so I will go to school in the morning, and late in the evening I will go to college, and that's when I got my free college credits there. And then, like, okay, I'm gonna go to North Shore. But my first choice was Salem State University, but I worked I worked hard at Lynn Museum, saved all the money I had, and paid out of pocket when I went to North Shore for those 2 years. But on my last year of college for North Shore, I had another advisor, and she brought in someone from Solon State, and we talked, and still, like, I couldn't afford the tuition fee. Um, but then I found a program called Duet, and they're partners with sorry How did I forget that? Southern New Hampshire University, and that's when I got to go get my bachelor's without any cost because I applied for being because I told them I was a dreamer. So thanks to them, I know that, and I got my bachelor's degree. Something that I never thought I was going to have.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations. And you
Thank
know, with
you.
that, I think a lot of the people that are watching right now are realizing like, man, she went through so many struggles and discouragement. Like, oh, you can't because you're not documented. And then because you don't have money. And then this and then that. Like there were so many downers from like just like negative comments from people who should be empowering you, whether they're people on staff or faculty on different campuses, and they're just like giving you like nope, 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 like the red light. But here you are, like a
Thank
graduate class of
goodness.
2020. What an amazing, amazing thing. And I just
Thank
want to
you.
rewind a little bit. Not to put you on the spot, but do you remember how we met?
We did met through the honor society, Delta Alpha Pi. I do remember that. It was we we had a good connection from the start. It was really good experience there.
Yeah. I remember we were at the campus in Danvers, and I was just like on the computer, and you came in, and then I was like, oh, hey, like you were like, oh, is this a Delta Alpha Pi? And I'm like, yeah. And we were just like hanging out, and I was showing you like some of the poetry that I had written, like some of the short story, and you were like, dude, that's awesome. Like I don't know, we just clicked really, really quickly, and we just been friends ever
Yeah.
since. It was
And
awesome.
you also teach me a lot of awesome songs. And you also told me about a story you were writing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, it's you know, a lot of those things, some of them are in the works and some of them got published, so that was good.
Yes, yes, it
Yeah.
was. I'm
I
still waiting
remember
for that story.
yeah, no, it's and you know that's the thing. Like I think a lot of people sometimes get discouraged on campus when they're dreamers because they're like, oh, you know, I have so much stress um in classes that I have no time to do anything outside of class. But you were an honor student. You were so involved in the honor society, but you also had other
Thank
things
you.
going on. What else did you do while you were at North Shore and at you know, like yeah, what do you do outside of campus or like maybe on campus but outside of class? Because a lot of times I tell people like, you know, the best time you're gonna have in college is everything you do outside of class, whether it's like extracurricular in clubs, meetings, events, meeting new people, etc. So what would could you say about that?
Um, Sadly, I don't remember much for some reason right now. But
Yeah.
yes, I was in the Delta Alpha Phi. I was also the Delta Alpha P. I think that was the name of that honor society.
Oh, Delta Alpha Pi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was another one that was at Delta Alpha. I can't remember. But outside of campus, I used to also babysit my siblings. So during that time, I would also take classes at night.
Mm.
Or my first semester was taking classes at night, and in my other year, in the last year, take classes in the morning because my mom was there, and then go straight home to babysit.
Mm.
So I couldn't do much because I was babysitting my siblings. But I used to stop at least for a few seconds to see other clubs.
Yeah. And can you share with us a little bit about how like the anxiety or maybe I don't know if you feel open to it like yeah, like would you like to share anything about like, you know, certain disabilities that may have become obstacles in the process of being in like school during college or university?
Okay, so I was under a lot of stress and anxiety, mainly because when I was doing my schoolwork, I was taking care of my siblings. I love them, I do. But sometimes I can get a little crazy when I'm doing, especially when I'm doing schoolwork, because I understand a kid wants attention, I, all the attention, but sometimes I have to do schoolwork, so that causes a lot of stress because they will tell me, play with me. I can't. I'm doing homework. Um, Also, since the stress and anxiety, I and plus I wasn't documented. I wanted to make my mom proud, so I wanted to make everything perfect.
Mm.
So I will study like there's no tomorrow. I will sleep like 3 o'clock in the morning doing homework. If I got an answer wrong, at least just one answer wrong, I'll redo the whole thing until I get 100. It was a mess, but my mom told me, stop that, please. I'm like, I can't now. I really want this, and this is an awesome opportunity that I don't want to lose. So even when I have tests, sometimes you can retake them. So retake them. They will give you 2 tries to retake them. So I retake them 3 times until I have an 100. And sadly, that made me go to the hospital, stay there for 2 weeks. So just to think about myself, think about what I was doing, how much that was affecting me. So thankfully I stopped that, but the stress is still there because I still want to make my mom proud. Yeah, it was a struggle.
No, yeah, it sounds like very, very intense. Thank you for sharing that. And, you know, people, all of you that are listening and watching online right now, and wherever you're watching from, just know that you're not the only one going through stress in school or on campus during classes or finals weeks. Like, a lot of people, a lot of us go through it, and some of us go through it in measures that are unbearable, and some of us go through it in ways that others don't really realize. Like, I've gone through a lot of stress, but when my mom would ask me like, hey, what are you going through? Like, you look really stressed out. I'll be like, oh no, just nothing, you know, I'm just going through some stuff. But I would keep it there. Like, I'm just going through some stuff, but I wasn't specific on what was the stuff, you know?
Yeah, I feel
thank you
that.
for sharing that. And what was like a very memorable moment about, you know, like your time in college and university? Is there something that like kind of comes to mind that was like, that was probably like the most, I don't know, intense, or like maybe like a very like wonderful moment you had?
Delta Alpha Pi for sure. We had a really nice community there. We did projects. We went to Denver's and did an event for the kids. That was my favorite part.
That was really fun.
That was really fun.
Can you tell people what we did that day? Or at least like, what do you do that day? Like, you know.
So I helped them make origami hearts. We also did those balloon stress balls. That was really nice. We also have a little station where there was a text that, and we were trying to read it like a dyslexic people will read. And we also have, let's see if I can remember this one. Okay, so one person have to act to have the disability, and the other person have to not confront the person. Oh my god, understand the person. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that day was fun. The kids were loving it. Like in the beginning, they were kind of nervous, like, okay,
They
why
were
are
so
we
shy.
here?
Oh.
But after everything, and then they had like pizza, and like it was really cool. And just being able to see kids and give them like awareness of like students with disabilities, you know. And I believe there was a lot of dreamers there too. Like you and I were the people kind of like, you know, on board with Delta Alpha Pi, but just in terms of like the younger kids, they were really, really cool to talk to. And yeah, it was really inspiring, dude.
They were so shy. I forgot about that. But then they opened up and it was so lovely.
Yeah. Well, I want to take this time. So right now we're gonna have like a kind of like a quick little thing that I just want to try out and see if it works on the podcast. And guys, let us know what you guys think about this. So I'm gonna throw random questions at our dreamer today, at Lissette. And
oh boy.
It's gonna be we'll keep it at 5 just to see what happens. You know, we'll keep it at 5 just because dream has 5 letters in it. So we'll see the dream questions. Let's call it.
Nice.
Yeah. So okay. So are you ready?
I'm nervous, but yes.
If you were to be partners with any Marvel character, who would it be?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. If you were to be partners with any anime character, who would it be?
Reno Kumura from Blue Exorcist.
I think a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, dude, I know that."
I hope so. It's one of my favorite animes of all time.
And you have an Iron Man car as well, right?
Oh my god, I do. I can't believe I went that way. I even have a little pen.
By the way, if you guys ever see an Iron Man car and you look at the driver, it's probably Lissette.
It's probably me. I also have a plushie next to Iron Man. So he sits in the passenger seat. And I'm holding right now my Iron Man pen as well. I have an obsession.
Takis or hot Cheetos?
Huh?
Takis or hot Cheetos?
Oh boy. I like both. I'll go with Takis.
Takis? Okay. Oh,
I
wow.
love
Super
the
Mexican
sour.
choice.
Extremely.
Yeah, no, Takis are bomb. I haven't ate. Well, anyways, okay. Okay, so that's three. Number four. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh my. Invisibility.
How come? Why invisibility?
Because I'm extremely shy. So
Oh, okay.
I like to become myself invisible.
I think a lot of people watching right now, they're probably like, this girl is not shy. Like, but guys, Lissette is really awesome. She's the type of girl that I'm like, okay, she's shy in the beginning, but when she really gets to know you, she's a very, and even from the beginning, she's always been like very honest with me. She's been very clear and just like a really, really smart girl. And yeah, so the fifth question, the last one. Okay. If you could receive any gift right now, what would it be?
Any gift?
Hmm.
What type of gift?
I don't know, any gift. It could be anything.
It could be anything.
Hmm.
Oh my.
Anything. That's a pretty big question right there.
Uh, that's a good question. Probably a new iPad.
A new iPad, really?
Yeah, so I could, because right now I have a fourth generation iPad, and when I try to draw, it's very laggy. So if I have a new one, I'll be able to improve my digital art for sure and
Hmm.
get my business started.
Wow. So guys, if you want to help out with Lisette's new business coming up, which we're about to transition into right now, feel free to reach out to me in the description box below. There's going to be some communication or contact information. And yeah, if you guys want to help out with a brand new iPad for Lissette, we would be more than happy to see that gift become a reality for Lissette. So with that said, Lissette, why don't you tell us a little bit about what kind of business do you want to start as an entrepreneur, as an aspiring woman, and you know, in this country, you know, before we get into that, I just want to let people know, like, Lissette is actually working right now, and she's one of the many brave leaders in the front line of working while this pandemic is going on. I know that it's really hard in the economy right now, but she's keeping that economy going. So I'm really, really excited to have someone like that in this interview. So yeah,
Thank
Lissette, like,
you.
yeah, no, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
like, you're super awesome. And
Oh, you
so
too.
yeah, like, why don't you tell us a little bit about what kind of business do you want to start?
Okay, so I have two businesses in mind. The first business is my business on wheels. So hopefully have a truck, and like the ice cream man, instead of selling ice cream, I will be selling comics and other figurines from superheroes, anime, and other pop cultures. My second business is having an Etsy shop. I want to improve my art, so I want to wait till at least 2022 to get better at my art and start selling stickers. As I said before, stickers, shirts, pins, prints with my designs. But right now I'm focusing more on my Etsy shop because I really want to improve, and I really want to do this because my biggest inspiration is Catnip and Pillo ACDF, and they're YouTubers that have their own shops and they sell their art, and it's really pretty, it's really cool. And yeah, and still work in progress. I'm still figure out where I can get a truck, and I need also to customize it. So I'm trying to save as much money as I can to get that going. I already have some of the things I'm gonna sell. So I also thinking of doing the eBay business once this pandemic is over. Um, I I'm gonna sell anime figures, Marvel, DC figures, comics, and stuff like that. But those are gonna be from secondhand.
Well,
For the
if you ever get your hands on a really, really giant, huge My Neighbor Totoro, call me.
I will call you.
I saw one in Boston. You know the one, the store you told me about in Boston?
Anime Saka, yeah.
I saw it there and I was like, dude, well, I didn't see it, right? But I felt it. I was like, that thing is humongous. I
I
asked the
actually
guy,
haven't
it
seen
was like
that.
$5,000. I'm like,
What?
yeah, like,
5,000?
you know how they have to get it delivered or whatever? So it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. I actually have a my neighbor Totoro as well as a lamp in my background.
Oh,
It's
really?
in my
Oh
nightstand.
my
I
gosh.
don't think you guys can see it. Probably not. It's too
Okay.
but yeah, I do have.
That's pretty cool. Oh my goodness. No, that's awesome. And yeah, so okay. And are you looking for anybody to like well, before I get there, are you planning to do like a brick and mortar? Do you just want to start online for now? What's kind of like the plan right there?
I think the cheapest way is to start online. So I'll start there. And once when I get a lot of people interested, hopefully I'll have a physical store here in Lynn, by the cultural area. So that's
Mhm.
really exciting.
Well, Lissette, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm actually looking for an illustrator for my book. So if you're interested, we can chat right after
Ooh,
this. But yeah.
we can.
Yeah. And
I,
okay. So dude, yeah, I don't know, like I just kind of want to bring this to a close because yeah. What is something that you want to transcend through your business? For example,
mhm,
some people, for example, like my poetry, right? My poetry, the goal is to bring love to the world and encourage people and empower people that you can love each other regardless of you know, barriers and boundaries and
mhm,
stuff like that. Like boundaries are, there's healthy boundaries, and I think that there's very good boundaries that we can place. But I also think that sometimes we put taboo on love, and I don't think love should be a taboo.
mhm.
So yeah, like I don't know, I just really like talk about like romance and love and this and that, especially with young people, you
Oh,
know. But yeah, like what is it that you want to transcend through like the business that you want to start? What is your goal?
that's a good question. I have it in mind, but I don't know how to put it into words. But I do want to sell items that people will fall in love with.
Mhm.
I'm still a work in progress. I'm
Okay.
still thinking. I have it in my head. I just can't put it in words. But I just want people to enjoy what they want to enjoy, and I don't want anybody to feel like they can like a thing because of the age or gender. I just want them to buy an item from me and say, "This, I love this." It's really hard. I can't put into words.
No, I definitely can resonate with that. You know, as a I'm studying to be a social worker, so I definitely can relate. You know, I think for us, we see a lot of social injustice, and being able to pop up with more things to be empowering for people, regardless of gender identity, race, culture,
Hmm.
ethnicity. You know, it's very healthy, and I think as dreamers, we can bring that into this country in a very powerful way. And why don't we close with this? Do you have any last words for maybe the young ladies out there that are going through a similar process, whether it's a, you know, a disability, or they are dreamers in this country, maybe they're aspiring entrepreneurs as well? What would be your motivation, or like, yeah, something that you would encourage them?
Well, first of all, never give up. Never let anybody bring you down. Never, don't listen to the people that tell you you can't do this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Keep working hard. It's gonna get better. Don't lose the motivation. You're you're gonna be awesome. Do what you want to do. That's it.
Thank you, Lisette. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It was awesome having you here on the first episode of Dreamers. I believe it's going to be a blessing. And for those of you that are watching or listening, please subscribe, put a like, let us know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? And we want to roll out more interviews, and hopefully we can have Lisette back in the sometime near future to have an update
Yay.
interview on where her business is, where it's gone, and hopefully she's not too rich to not come on the show, you know, but
Yeah, right.
but you know, yeah. By the way, do you want to share any like social media plugins where they can reach out to you if they have any questions, or maybe they want to reach out to you personally on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or anything like that?
I have a YouTube that I haven't used over a year, but thinking of starting my YouTube videos again.
Yeah.
Hopefully by this or next year. And I also have an Instagram that I'll let you put in the description.
Awesome. So guys, her social plugins will be down in the description box. And thank you guys for checking this out. This is Dany Acosta with Lissette Carolina saying, guys, may you guys go and embrace your process, empower your perseverance, and envision your purpose. Take care, guys. See you guys next time.
Take care. Bye.
Woo! Good job, dude.